All right, I got a little bit of time to kill here, so I thought I would shoot a short video. I'm just gonna go out and try and win. Just get some chest and fill up my. I was playing Tour 3. I was doing some stuff, looking at max overpower shots. We'll go out here and we'll shoot. We'll see if we can get on some of the holes where you can do max overpower shots on here. I was looking at them if there's a possibility. Some of them we do max overpower hook shots. That just is the shot. There is a max overpower hook shot on this, and it was with a Apocalypse and a Quasar. And I think I was down here by the rocks, fully extended, like right there on the rocks. 3-3. It's 1.5 per ring. See if we can catch that fairway. And stay out of the sand. I went a little bit too far to the right. I was out in the rocks just a little too far. I didn't need to go out that far. I probably had enough room there that I could have went on the transition at the top of the rocks, where the water's coming in and it's making the rocks dark. I could have went right there. See if my opponent, you can see the waves working down there at the top of the waves. There is a shot that you can do down, you can go straight down this pike, and right before it makes the bend, you can use an APOC down there, run your topspin out, and just do a max curl shot. Try and win my trophies back. See how long it takes me to win them back. The cool thing about this account is I've never played it above Tour 7, so I can go to any tour and get live action. And it's never been above expert, so it fits into a good category. Okay, there's max club. There's mid. I'm at mid club, so it's about 4 per ring. See if I can get it lined up to the cup. So it's 4 per ring. Half a ring is 2. I'm going to do a ring and a half. A ring and a quarter. Ring and a quarter. That's a little teeny bit of an over. Oh, and then I hit 75,000 rings straight to the right. I think it would have still been past. It would have rolled past it. I might have got lucky on a dunk, on one of those bounces just going in it. The last time we played this hole, and actually, what was I thinking? There is a rough bump that you can do. The rough bump is the way we were going out on the last tournament, and I actually albied this hole several times, got over into the right spot, and did that rough bump, and that club had more than enough topspin. I could have did the rough bump there. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Forgot all about it. Hitting it perfect. Into hold. Eagle. And we did a max overpower hook. Look at that. And I remembered the spot because I was practicing it the other day, and I used the rings the other day when I did it. So I went out about 21 rings, somewhere in that neighborhood, but I found a spot that I could go back to. That way I don't have to do the rings again. I can go back out to that spot and work it to death. Now the deal is to go back to the left so far that you miss the fairway on the other side. Then you know how much of a swing you can make, like where the dead center is. This hole, I know there's an adjustment. I haven't played this hole. I played it once the other day when I was practicing, but I haven't played this hole in a long time. But it seems to me that there's like a plus 10%, and it might be a little bit higher like maybe 15. .1. See if my opponent can get where they want to get. Hitting it perfect. There's a rough bump that you can do on this. There's two different spots. There's the rough bump that my opponent and I are both going to take. And then there's a rough bump that's right in front. It's super thin. You definitely want to know what the wind adjustment is. It's right here. Let's see if we can get our wind adjustment. We'll see if we can get our wind adjustment right. The rings are definitely getting distorted. 3-3. I'm just going to do a regular adjustment. 3-3. Hit it one ring great to the left. Just a bit outside. I could have swore on the side that my opponent was on that little rough bump over there, it seemed like it was a 10% adjustment. Oh, and I exited out instead of replaying. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Gotta remember I'm playing here. Playing to get chests. People want to replay. Let's see if I got all my chests in that. I did. I got them all back. So we're up in Tour 7 now. Dropped a few. I may up my ball to a Quasar, depending on the hole. In these Acacia Reserves, I'll probably up it to a Quasar. A little bit of power goes a long ways on these holes. They're long hitting holes. Hell, if my opponent brings out a Kingmaker, I may bring out a Titan. The king of balls. Let's see where they can get with that APOC with a 3-power ball. Wow. That's the Pro Tees. So I might bring my big topper. Maybe. My opponent got way up in there. They got right where they needed to be. I'm going to up that to a Titan, the king of balls. All right. Two, 3. Should be about a ring. I'm going to move it just about 2. Hit it one ring great to the left. I had more room on the right, so it could be close right here. Right there. Getting it way out there with the Titan. 414. That works. It's the perfect spot. Now there is a rough bump that you can do here, but I think if I'm in my long iron, I don't have enough topspin. And my opponent is in their long iron, but they're using a Goliath, so right there's their red line. Even though I have more distance forward, I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna end up taking this with my sniper, which means I can do the rough bump, but I have no idea what the adjustment is. And I'm 100% sure there's an adjustment coming down here. They're slightly off from the wind, which is something that I'm off from the wind a lot as well. I put those little tick marks I've got when I'm using my grid. I have little tick marks that are up there to help me try and keep it straight. But sometimes you're out of time, so you glance, you get as close as you can, and you've got to make your adjustment. And I run low on time all the time. Grizzly. Max Club. I don't think I have enough topspin with the Grizzly to get me over there. I don't. Want me to be heading towards it. 6-1. 6-7. There's 5, 6, 7. Oh, and I hit a one ring great to the right. That's the worst side to hit it on. It'll probably go all the way to the fringe, hopefully. It might go all the way to the fairway. The first time I ever played this, I was playing with a Saturn coming in there, and a Saturn is a great as you come up as you come up through your clubs. A Saturn is actually a great club to play one-on-one with because there isn't much that it can't do. You don't get on those holes and you're like, "Wow, I wish I had topspin," or "I wish I had backspin." It has a lot of both. And at 2 per ring, it's easy to move when you go up. If you're playing higher tours, it's an easy club to move around. Because it's 2 per ring. So if you get like a 10 wind, you only have to move 1 ring set instead of multipling. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. All right, going to a shootout. And we brought Titans. We brought power 3 balls to a shootout. Most of these shootouts, they're set up to play with a lower power ball. We'll see. See if I can win my Tour 7 trophies back. Tour 7 was the same for a long, long time before it was like a couple years, and it was like you could go out there with your eyes closed. Okay, I'm going to play in my Cataclysm. I'm at mid club. And it's plus 30%, so it's 6.5. 6.5 divided by 2. 3 1/4 rings. Hit it 1 ring great to the left, so I made up for the 1 ring great on the right on the actual hole. And I did put, and I remember, I haven't played these holes in a long time, so I remember that, like, if you go to it, it always ends up a little long, so you want to come in there a little short, but that was a little too short. If I would have been on track with the perfect, it would have probably been a third closer to the cup. What in the hell is my opponent doing? They're hiding their shot. Maybe they won't get to take their shot. As far away as I am, it could be big, 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 big trouble. They probably set it up and we couldn't see it. That was the blind. We were blinded. And I won. Wow. I was like 5 miles away. I was almost 5 miles away. The way they measure distance. We'll see if Kirk wants to rematch. Rematch! Come on, bro. I'll let you win your money back. Come on. Come on, Kirk. Come on, Captain. All right. No replay for me. We always want to play with at least 2 empty slots until we can match them all up with golds. And win what? I just got that one, so I got 12 more. I got a big topper right there. That's big. My big topper is, I have one other Tour 6 club, or Tour 7 club, or Tour 3 club, excuse me, that's level 7, that's a little bit higher. I think it's the Castaway, on its way to level 8 Epic. And it's the only one of the clubs that I have that's at level 7 that I'm still working on. Where in the hell is the hole? I'm going to take this with a rock. I'm going to take it with a katana. Let's run it all out. Let's see what it looks like if I do it this way. One ring grate to the left. I'm going to be a lot farther away here, so I'll have to run it up, but I was in my long iron when I stretched it out and pulled out the Power 3 ball. Let's just see laying up. And actually, from where I was at, my big topper would have been better, because my big topper has more topspin and that same kind of distance. It would have been a much better club to bring it over. And because it has more topspin, it could stretch it out farther. See if my opponent's going for if they're going for the upper spot up there, that is almost an absolute, they're hitting into the crowd if we were playing a tournament. Like, nobody ever hits up into that area. I think they just moved themselves like way out of the shot, even compared to me. Maybe I'm wrong. From that angle, it seems like they'd have a really good rough bump if they can get that far. But you can see how much, they're inside my arc. And I have them redlining right there. Seven, 5. Sniper. There's 5. There's 6, 7, 5. I'm going to do a little extra. Getting it perfect. We'll see if we can get, that was with a 10% extra. And I needed to do a little extra more, and if I would have done a little extra more to get me on the line with the cup, I would have been a little short. Now my opponent has a 3-power ball, and they're distance-wise, like, I'm in just as good, even though they're closer than I was, because they have to make that bend. They're closer and they have a bigger ball, and their shot involves curl, and my shot was a straight up shot. And one-on-one, none of that shit matters. What matters right now is that my opponent gets up there so that they can save themselves the eagle and force a shootout, because we're trying to win a chest. That would have been a much longer shot with a. I think if you went out there with a big topper, and did that around the corner deal, you could get out there far enough that if you had a marlin, you'd probably be in about the same spot that I was in, as far as length and club. I think I used like 3 topspin. It's a draw. Let's see if I can remember any of these shootouts. I know that there's 3 ways that you can go at this, depending on where you're at in your club. There is a rough bump that you can do on this hole, but you definitely don't want to involve that sand. Maybe. In one-on-one play, my typical goal is, if I have a club that's got backspin, is to get up there and backspin it right up by the cup. You can take all that shit out of play. Hitting it perfect. El Perfecto. Now, the wicked part of me is like, that is the deal. So there's max sniper. Let's see how much backspin I have on my sniper. Do I have enough to stick up there? I do. $5.9. I'm at max club. There's 5.6. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. So I'm at 3.54, so I'd be around 2 if I would have hit it perfect with that much backspin. And I could have, and I put myself in a spot down there where if I hit it 3 rings great to the left or the right, I was still gave myself a chance of hitting on the green side, because all I had to do was beat 30. But like in just regular one-on-one play, trying to remember how to play the holes, trying to find a spot, like if you can go out there and backspin it, if you play with a Guardian a lot, and there's a lot of holes that a Guardian is a great club to play. There's holes that you will wish that you had your sniper because of the ball guide, but I'll switch this bag up and play my primary bag with a Guardian. And the Guardian, some of those holes like that, you can just get up there and backspin it right to the cup. And one-on-one, if you're playing one-on-one and you're trying to win trophies, maxed it out. Got my trophies back. Vance. Let's see if we can get some action. I go first. Even with max overpower, I don't know if I can get over to the spot. Maybe. Six, 7. I'm gonna do maybe 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna do 4 rings. Try and pull that side wind out. And if I hit that pad, I'll be lucky. I hit right before it. I was trying to judge with that. Normally if we have tailwind or any kind of wind we can work out, you bring a bigger ball so you could go all the way to the front of that and you could work the wind out, even if you had headwind. And you usually use about 1 backspin on it. And you definitely don't want to do that with any overpower. Max curl, and you're just trying to swing your bounce along so that you clip up there at the top, right where I was trying to come out. You clip up there on the top and it dribbles down onto the green. It gives you a shot past the cup. I've actually made a hole-in-one on this hole doing that shot. But going against that headwind, that I put 2 topspin on there, trying to swing it around. A 2-ring great to the right is not good. I clipped right here. I've hit through these trees. The shot here to go is to hit through the trees. Just run your topspin as far out as you possibly can. And try and hit through those trees as hard as you can hit through them. And if you can make it out to the other side, even if you're in the rough, you still got a great shot and you're on the lower part of the cup. It's easier to get to the cup on the bottom. And the mass majority of the time, the tree's not in your way because you're hitting up to the top. I do not think wind is going to be a factor. Hitting it perfect. Got a shot. Got a shot. Get in the hole. And I put it on that edge because I was anticipating that there was going to be a little bit of drop in the course. Arrgh. Close. No cigar. Open the door for my opponent. And they got a razor. Razor's got very similar numbers. If they kept pulling that closer to them, that ball guide would run out. And the closer they can get, the more the wind is not going to be a factor. So on their shot, the wind could be a factor because this first bounce is in the air for a while. See if they hit it perfect and get in. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Nice. Nice shot. Perfect. El Perfecto. Good job. Gonna give me a chance to win my money back. Are you there, sir? Let's rematch. Come on. Let's win my money back. Ah, you liked being a winner, but you didn't want to play a playa. Let's clear out. Let's clear. How much time do we got on this video? We got 27 minutes. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Open up a slot. Let's get it going. So if we get a replay, we can try and win 2 from somebody. Hold on. Tour 7. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He said he had like 32 million, 35 million bankroll. You play Tour 9 if you have 35 million. Means you'd have to lose 35 in a row. I'm going to use a Quasar. I'm going to use this bag right here, and I'm trying to see if I can figure out the trajectory on this max overpower hook, like where it should be. Okay, there's 10. I think I was pointed right at this tree last time, and I was too far out, so I'm going to come in where the transition, take the wind out, 2-2. It's 1.5 per ring, so that should be like a ring and a third. And see if I can max overpower hook it, like if I can catch the fairway and where it's bouncing through. Almost a hole in one. That'll work. There you go. There you have it. Those were lucky bounces. And I took the wind completely out and I didn't put the wind back in. I think if I'd have put the wind back in, I would have ended up in one of those sand traps. And that was a max overpower hook in the wrong direction. That might be out. Yeah, that's in the rough. Should be an easy eagle. How come that shit never happens during tournament? Getting my trophies back. 1801. That was a good year. And too bad they forfeited. Now we can't replay. Dang it. Open up a chest. Ripping through them. Trying to get some golds. Trying to harvest out some. We're out farming. We're trying to get bigger diamonds. We're looking for the patch of corn that's got the big ears. Come on, Seth. Oh, we're on this hole again. We got that wind again. Let's buy some katanas. Buy a few. On about 1.5 top spin. Okay, 5-1. There's 2, 4, 6. One ring great to the right. That might be better. That might catch me. If I can make it. Do I make it? I make it. Did it clip? Did I catch it right? Just right. Just right. Give you a shot at hole in one. Little better. Much more better. I was being all nice and quiet while I was setting the shot up. I wasn't talking. I was trying to focus on doing the deal. My buddy Dale Appleby hits it right up here to the top and comes up the cup, and there is a great shot from down there, but you still have a shit ton of work to do. And it's work that, for me, is like 50-50, whereas if I'm on the green with a putt like this, it's usually at least 99%. At least 95. I am a bad putter, but I'm not that bad. I got a very, very nice shot from there. Nice shot. They should easily be able to make it. Hitting it perfect. Into hole. Eagle. And my opponent put themselves in a great spot. So this is going to be an eagle hole. And this is usually a hole in one-on-one. If you can catch an eagle on, you can win. Now, anytime my opponent's not using they hit it perfect, it'll go in the hole. Ooh. Anytime my opponent's not using a rapier, I always feel like I have a shot. And that's why. Good game. Good game, Seth. Or Fred. Well, I don't know where I came up with Seth. I won a gold chest right there. See if they'll rematch. See if they'll give me an opportunity. All right. All right, now we're playing with one empty slot. Now we're having to clear it out one at a time. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Should be 3 more wins, 3 more holes. See, if the whole deal about your win percentage, this is why they should have like last 100 game win percentage. Number one, it'll tell you like if you moved up a tour, like how you're doing. Not just in bankroll, but like, you know, give you an opportunity to see how you're doing. The higher the percentage that you have, the better off you're going to be, for sure. Faux show. Now, in tournament play, we'd bring out a big Powerball and we try and go for that. But I don't have that. Let's switch to this bag right here. Let's run out all that top spin. See if I did a max overpower shot from right there. 9-8. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's about a ring set. Hit a 1 ring great to the right. Just a little teeny bit. That one ring grate killed me. There's probably a max overpower hook shot you can do from up there with that same big topper and that same ball, and I'll bet you can really get it up there. And that big topper's got a ton of curl. Can really make that bend. Because if you could get a bounce here that worked out for you so that you could get your second bounce even a third of the way into that lower fairway, that's what I should have tried. What were you thinking? I have no clue what my opponent's doing other than hitting in the sand, which is, it looked to me like that's exactly where you were trying to hit, dude. Like, you got the wind ring method partially down. Okay, there's max club. There's max. There's mid. About that 3/4. Do I have enough topspin to do a rough bump? Yeah. So it's 9.6 divided by 2.25. 4 1/4. 4 1/4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Slight overpull. I've been trying to work my number between max and mid club. So I used to play 3 and it was not enough. It wasn't working out. So I changed it to 2.5, and I changed it back. I changed it to 2, and I was hitting at 3/4 club the same as I was hitting at max club, and it seemed like it was working, but it seemed like it was just a little off. So I changed it to 2 1/4, and that doesn't seem like I'm pulling it enough. So I'm going to go back to the 2. And maybe take off a point or something. At least I'm ahead of my opponent. They definitely got a makeable shot, but they got to hit it perfect. Perfect. El Prefecto. Now the sun comes out. It has been raining hard here today. And now that it's 5 o'clock, the sun comes out. So now you feel like you need to go do something because you didn't do anything all day. What kind of crap is that? Hit it perfect and it goes in the hole. And hit it great. 2 rings great. That will not go in the hole. Not. Good game. Good game. See if Greg wants to play again. I'll give him a shot even though I'm not going to win a chest off of him. I will give him a shot. He wants to replay. I'm more than willing. I'm more than willing to give him his money back. Clear out a slot. Playing for gold chests. I'm on the last one. I have that one turn. I got a Thor's hammer right there. Look at that. Farmed it out. I got a big topper earlier, and I'm sure I only got one. I'm sure you're only getting one in those bags. And I'm a rookie, so I'm not getting any extra clubs. That's the deal. As you can see people that'll play that'll have like, I looked at somebody earlier that had like 3,500 games played. They had 1,600 won, and they'd won like 1.6 billion in 1,600 games. So that means they averaged $1 million a game is what they were playing for. And so they played. It took them a certain amount of games to get to Tour 9, but they were playing Tour 9, Tour 10, and trying to get themselves as high as they could in the weekly bracket so that they were winning a higher percentage of clubs in every chest, and they were winning chests at a higher tour, so they were getting better stuff. So instead of getting 1 epic, you get 12 epics, or 5 or 8. And my opponent is screwed. This is a prime bag, and I wish that I had my big topper. I could use my APOC. I think I'd overhit it with my APOC. I'm gonna use this bag even though it doesn't have the right stuff in it. I'll use a Quasar to make up the difference on the back end. Okay, right towards that transitional area between the rough and the fairway. Take the wind out. Same rings as my extra mile 2 per ring. 2, 4, 6. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. And come at it from the other side. This side right here makes this hole an eagle hole, a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. And you can eagle it from that side pretty easy, but you have no Albie shot. Albie's not in the vocabulary. If you want to go for Albie, you got to go on the side that my opponent went on, but you want to be in these shadows. And if you don't make those shadows, if you end up in the rough up here, if you end up in the rough in front of the shadows or right there by the shadows, you're fine. You can recover. But if you're anywhere in the sand trap, or anywhere back here, you are screwed. My opponent is screwed. Their best bet is to just lay themselves up at the front of this and give themselves the best opportunity. And my opponent disconnected. What kind of cheese ball move is this? And the whole deal is when you hit a bad shot, you should be able to make shots from distance, and you always want to be practicing with your short iron to work on your short iron numbers to make sure you have your short iron down. And so if he would have just hit out there into that spot that I pointed to in that fairway, you're in short iron range, and at worst you're in long iron range, but I think you're at max short iron, and you get to practice those shots. You don't get the woohoo moments where you actually recovered unless you take all those shots. Rough iron, sand wedge, wherever, no matter how bad it is, you got to have practice taking those shots. Never forfeit. I forfeited in tournaments just because it helps speed up the gameplay, and sometimes on par 3s when you have it down, I really don't like wasting my hole-in-ones in shootouts. I got it down. But forfeiting like this is, hey, thanks for the chest. So I'm not bitching about the chest, but come on, man. Be nice to your opponent. No, I'm going to have to take the shot. I think it's just going to give it to me. Seven, 6. And that 2-ring grate to the left might hurt me on the second bounce in that sand trap. But I think I put enough backspin to make me around the bend. You can run a little teeny bit of topspin on it and actually go for the cup, but if you catch that, like right there, if I would have caught it like maybe one more ring grate to the left and a little bit of topspin, I'd ended up in that sand trap. I've taken that shot enough times. And you can put yourself right out there in front where you have an easy chip to get on and you can get eagle every time. It especially works well if you've got a cataclysm, because with a cataclysm right there, you're 10 yards farther forward than that sniper, and you can put on about 2 backspin and just max curl it around the corner and put yourself pin high. It works out really, really well. Really well. I got a rare emoji. Look at that. I feel special. I feel special. I won that emoji. All right. How much time we got? We got enough time? We got 45 minutes. So we're 45 minutes in. We got up to 15 more minutes. Somewhere in that neighborhood. We might even be able to get 2 in. All I need is a gold chest. That's it. And I think I am maybe 1 or 2 away. It might be the next one. Whichever one wins me. 2 games. Come on. Get it out. This is another good hole for a big tapa. Big tapa. My opponent brought out a katana, so I'll bring out a katana. And in one-on-one, in tournament play, we're trying to bring out whatever size ball it takes for us to get over to the other side so that we can try and drive the green in one. So, like if I bring out a katana ball, what are my options of driving the green in one? Like that is not it. Like my opponent's easily able to recover from there, but that's like a mile away. Like where the hell were you trying to hit it, dude? Alright, that bag might work. My opponent brought out a katana, so I will bring out a katana. I'm going to come off 2 rings and take the wind out. It's 2.1 per ring, so I'm going to do a ring and a half, and a little more. And then I'm going to try and curl it back over to the fairway. And it's not max curl, I'm just going to use like half curl. And at 1 ring great to the right. That might not kill me if I make this first bounce. Not enough curl. Not enough curl. I should have went 3 rings off and did max curl. Would have been a lot easier. Normally on those, when I do max curl, I almost, like my normal MO is to be at least 2 rings off of any transitional surface. But if I'm doing max curl, I usually, depending on how much curl the club has, if you're talking about a rock that's got a maxed out rock where it's got 98 or close to 100, you're usually like 3.5 to 4.5 rings off. But if you're using a QB or a sniper, something of that nature, usually 3 rings with max curl is enough. All right, where am I at? There's max. There's min. There's mid. I don't think there's enough topspin to get me over there to it to do a... there is. I'm about mid club, so 5.0 times. Should be 3.5 rings. If I'm truly at mid club, there's 3.5. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. Just a bit outside. Just barely missed it. Dang it. I could just beat them outright. Serves them right for hitting it in the sand. On purpose. Go back and watch their setup. I mean, how would you not end up in the sand? I was actually playing somebody in one-on-one one time, and the wind was like super difficult, and we were playing on one of those Oasis holes, par 3s, where the wind was really bad, and I was just trying to hit it in the sand in front of them. They'd ended up in the sand, and I had a hell of a time getting in the sand in front of them. I think I missed the sand. I probably would have been better served to just try and take the shot. Maybe. There are 4 distinct ways to play this hole, and there is only one way to play it in one-on-one, and I play to the right. In tournaments, I bring a power 3 ball in this and backspin it, and there is a spot, and I've made a ton of hole-in-ones on this hole. I love this hole in tournament play. There's a spot back here and you have a shot at it. But I'm not a big fan of playing from the right-hand side, or the left, excuse me, the side my opponent's playing from. I'm not a fan. Now, they may be close, but I'm not a fan. And I see shit like that all the time where they're not, because it reverse banked over there in part of that hole. I want to be somewhat centered. My blue ring at the top. Four, 4. I'm going to do a 4, 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Hitting it perfect. Close. I haven't played that hole in a long time, but I just remember I always do a 10% on that hole. And I'm not sure that that's going to get you in the hole, but it needs an adjustment there. And I'm usually in that kind of range, but I like to play on the right-hand side in one-on-one play. Because I usually don't ever end up on that hole with a power 3 ball, and you can always play that shot on the right. But if you want to play the shot on the green, you either have to have a driver that's got tons of backspin, like a rocket. You need something. Something. All right. I think this next chest is going to be a gold chest. I think we only have one more. I think we only have one more in us. Here we go. Tour number 7. Let's see if we can end on a high note and end with max trophies in Tour 7. Win a chest, max trophies. Still got game. I got game. I'm ready. Let's roll. Golf Clash. All right. This is a good hole for us to end off on too. Let's see if my opponent goes for it. I may go for it as well. Using a quasar. That wind's not helping. That wind's not helping us if we wanted to really go for it. Let's see if my opponent can get out there into the tip. Perfect. They clipped the rough coming out. They left quite a bit on the table. That's a long ass shot with the power 1 ball, especially if the wind's blowing the wrong way. One topspin on it. It's 100% accurate, so there's 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll go just a titch over 9, which might be like a 3 or 4% overpull. And I hit it 7,000 rings, great on the inside. And the only problem with hitting it great like that is that you're not in the deep part of the fairway here, so you run out of fairway faster because you're running up on that edge. You're trying to shoot for the deep part of it. So I lost that. That lost me quite a bit of distance to the cup. I'm lucky it stayed in and didn't roll off the end. But the upside is the farther you are to the left, the easier the next shot is because you're around the trees. You can start going straight at it. And the second shot is no walk in the park. My typical MO is just try and get up on the green where I can make a putter a short pitch and don't end up in the sand like that, because this is a tough hole to get up on. And if you're really trying to go for it, the honest to gosh truth on this hole is the best way to go for it is to go for a dunk. That's the best way to go if you're actually trying to get up on it. 4. I'm definitely going to do 4. I'm going to do 4, 4. Just try and hit it straight forward. Hit it one ring great to the right. And if I'm going to hit it one way or the other and it go great, I want it to go to the right because of that sand. What was I thinking like that? Why is that shot so hard? I've done that shot 1,000 times. How would I end up in the sand? Especially on a great to the right. All right, I'll just have to make this shot right here because I do not want to have to go to a shootout. Not that I can't win the shootout, I just don't want to have to go to a shootout. Now I'm going to have to make it because they made it. I may not have a choice. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Good job. Now I get to do the same thing. Since we were both dumbasses and put ourselves in the sand. Hit it one ring great to the right. And it went one ring great to the right. Good game. Good game. Good game. Damn it. Not only did I not get to go to a shootout, but I lost. It's a rematch. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You still got game? I got game. Let's roll. Come on, Ron C. Don't try and sit there and time out on me like, hey, I don't really want to play this guy again, so I'll just sit here and time out and maybe he'll go away. Come on, I'm going to wait. I'm going to make you wait. I'm not going anywhere. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Wussy boy. All right, we have time for one more hole. I've got one more hole in me, and I know it's just going to take one more hole to win a gold chest. And I got to get my trophies back, so here we go. Here we go. Tour number 7. I should play Odd in Tour 8, 9, and 10. I should call my buddy Dale and see if we can get hooked up. The Rock. See if I can do a second bounce rough bump and just bleed out right there. 2-5. Hitting it perfect. See if I can do a second bounce rough bump, and if it stops enough or if it bleeds me into the fairway on the other side. Perfect. I usually do a max curl shot there. In one-on-one play, I always play to the left. In tournament play, it just depends. This is a tough hole to get an eagle on, but it's an easy hole to get in trouble, especially if you're playing to the right. So on your drive shot, you can find yourself in a spot of bother. If you don't make that little fairway, if you overrun it, it can be difficult to come at this hole. We'll see if they catch the wind right. They hit it perfect. I think they have a pretty good shot. Perfect. Nope, in the rough. They didn't quite catch the deepest part of the fairway right there. They were off to the right just a little. Okay, max backspin. Actually, there is a rough bump that we can do from here. Let's get in a spot where I can see the freaking hole, because they got sniper, they got all kinds of shit on there. 4-4. And I'm just going to do a straight up adjustment. There's 4-5. Hit it perfect. And we'll see if that was enough or not enough. That was almost not enough. You see it hit the sand and it splashed up there. I probably should have did a 10% on that. Man, that looked close. Close. My buddy Mike and I, Mike Day, the prez of the Kings of Golf, we were talking about off-roader earlier. He got his off-roader to level 7 and he's been using it, working it to level 8. And I've got a level 6, trying to get it to level 7. At level 7, I think I might swap it out for the Nirvana just to get used to it. See how it works. Take it for a test drive. But I'm like 5 years away. I think I'm like 70 some odd cards away from getting it to level 7. 73 or 72. Forever in a day. Now, my buddy Dunner would tell you that he shows up with his Inbringer, it's going in the hole. But I usually, when I see somebody bring out any club other than a rapier for these kind of shots, I always think to myself, all right, unless they get lucky, it ain't going in. I think unless they get lucky, it ain't going in. It looked to me like they'd have to hit it great to the left in order to have any shot at going in, that if it was perfect, it's going to miss on the right-hand side. Hit it perfect. And they hit it great to the right. Good game. Good game. Let's see if I want a gold chest. Come on. Come on. A silver chest. Look at that. Oh, they want to replay. I wish that right there you could spend some gems and speed up the chest, or you could have it so that it kept the slot empty, or did some way of emptying out my chest right there, because I've got 4, so I'm giving up. My opponent wanted to replay. I got to give them that opportunity to win their money back. My opponent's bringing out a Kingmaker. I think you can take the shot really well with a katana. And there's several different ways that you can come at it from the top. So a Quasar would be more than enough if you make the drive, because you can't bounce it from way up top. I think they're in the rough. And they are screwed from that spot. Screwed. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let's take my big Tapa. Two, 4, 6. It's about 3 rings. Try and hit it straight forward. I'm going to rub the nubs. Hitting it perfect. Just try and hit it as far forward as I can possibly hit it. $392. If you can get close enough there, and you have a Guardian, well, you can play the other side. You can play from the top. and then get your first bounce on the top and then your second bounce going down. On the other side, there's a rough bump, but in front of that rough bump where the fairway is so damn steep that you can use that fairway if you use backspin, and you can hit it and backspin and use it and make it simulate what it would if you were actually hitting the rough. And instead of putting topspin on it to pull out of the rough, you're putting backspin. I don't think I can get to that spot. No, I'm just a little short. Like right in that area. Let's see if I can get... Hey, get over here where I can see you. I think I can just get to it. 3-7. I'm going to do 4. And I'm right back to the red line. So that was about 3-7. Hitting it perfect. And let's see, if I hit the rough, I needed to add on more. If I hit the... Whoo! Maybe like 5%. Arrgh. Close. See if they can make it from here. How many shots have we taken? This is their second. This is their third. There's some in-bringer roll, and I think that you pull your in-bringer out, and wherever your ball guide's hitting, not where it's past the ball guide, but you measure your max mid from where your ball guide's at. So if you stretch it out and the ball guide's right at the cup, when you pull it back in order to set the shot up, you're playing it at a max, is the way I believe that it works. In the hold, eagle. Good game, good game. See if they want to replay again. If they want to replay, you're getting bonus action, and I'm not getting the opportunity to win a chest because I don't have an empty slot. No replay action. All right, there you go. I did fill up all my slots, but I am one short of getting the gold on that. And we're at an hour 8. Look at that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully everybody's having a good time playing in the, we're playing in the Easter tournament. Hopefully everybody's having fun. I just wanted to go out and just play a few rounds. Just play a little bit of golf. I had some time on my hands. Stay safe.